In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. Verily, in this is a message for any that has a heart and understanding, or who gives ear and earnestly witnesses the truth. We created the heavens and the earth and all between them in 6 days. Nor did any sense of weariness touch us. Bear then with patience all that they say, and celebrate the praises of thy Lord, before the rising of the sun and before its setting, and during part of the night. Also celebrate his praises. And so likewise, after the postures of adoration. And listen for the day when the caller will call out from a place quite near, the day when they will hear a mighty blast in very truth. That will be the day of resurrection. Verily it is we who give life and death, and to us is the final goal, the day when the earth will be rent asunder, from men hurrying out. That will be a gathering together, quite easy for us. We know best what they say, and thou art not one to overawe them by force. So admonish with the Quran such as fear my warning. Praise is to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and prayers and peace upon our Master Muhammad, and on his household and his companions. Allah has said in his glorious book, invite all to the way of the Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and argue with them in ways that are best and most gracious. Allah has said, behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, wilt thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood? Whilst we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name. He said, I know what ye know not. And he taught Adam the nature of all things. Then he placed them before the angels, and said, tell me the nature of these if ye are right. They said, glory to thee. Of knowledge we have none, save what thou hast taught us. In truth it is, thou who art perfect in knowledge and wisdom. He said, O Adam, tell them their natures. When he had told them, Allah said, did I not tell you that I know the secrets of heavens and earth, and I know that ye reveal and what ye conceal? The purpose of Allah's speech to the angels about the issue of vice-regency was to inform them. And due to an issue which Allah has preordained, and Allah knows what was going to happen after this vice-regency. And He knows those who are guided and those who are astray. Before further discussing this matter, we say that vice-regency means obligation and accountability. For the vicegerent is responsible before his Lord. So since the purpose of creation is to worship Allah and to obey Him, so the vicegerent is responsible about this before Allah, and this is Allah's trust. Whoever proves his worthiness of this trust deserves reward, and whoever loses this trust is lost to Allah. The obedience of Allah cannot be according to one's desires or according to people's desires, but instead, obedience is as Allah wants it from them. Allah has said, did ye then think that we had created you in jest, and that ye would not be brought back to us? Therefore, exalted be Allah, the King, the Reality. There is no God but He, the Lord of the throne of honor. If anyone invokes, besides Allah, any other God, he has no authority therefore, and his reckoning will be only with his Lord. And verily, the unbelievers will fail to win through. And Allah has created man so he would obey and fear Him, not so that he would deny Him and make partners for Him in worship. For this purpose, Allah has subjected the heavens and the earth to man, and gave him graces, namely knowledge and intellect, so that if he used them properly, he would never go astray. Allah has said, "Do you need not see that Allah has subjected to you all things in the heavens and on earth, and has made his bounties flow to you in exceeding measure, both seen and unseen? Yet there are among men those who dispute about Allah, without knowledge and without guidance, and without a book to enlighten them." So the heavens and the earth are subjected to the life of man and other creatures, but amongst them only man is vicegerent. The purpose of this film is to provide an analytical study of the subjection of the heavens and of earth for the purpose of life using the scientific method and following the guidance of Allah's book. And Allah has completed the graces He gave man. So some of them are outward, such as the sensible and dynamic ones, and some of them are inward, and whoever Allah wants to guide would cause his heart to open to Islam. So the sensible or dynamic graces are all the mediums through which man perceives and adapts to the environment in which he is situated. And whilst this adaptability is made of intelligible graces and mediums that can either be inward or outward. Therefore knowledge, which is a grace pertaining to the inward meaning of man, is a two-edged sword. So either it is a path for guidance or a way for ignorance and destruction. So many scientists were led by their science to the truth, and many others had no use for their knowledge. Allah has said, "Then seest thou such a one as takes as his God his own vain desire? Allah has, knowing him as such, left him astray, and sealed his hearing and his heart and understanding, and put a cover on his sight. Who then will guide him after Allah has withdrawn guidance? Will ye not then receive admonition?" And there are spiritual inward graces pertaining to faith, and they are among the greatest of graces, which have distinguished the living from the dead and gave the living nature, and placed the secret of Allah in His creations, for He is worthy of piety and He is worthy of forgiveness. These are the graces that Allah made particularly for those who believed and were pious, and they are among the principles of security and justice. Allah said, "It is those who believe and confuse, not their beliefs with wrong, that are truly in security, for they are on right guidance." So whoever accepts truth is the believer, and whoever rejects it is the ignorant, even if he would claim knowledge and piety. For the faithful can only be honest even in what is not to his liking. Allah said, "They impress on thee as a favor that they have embraced Islam. Say, count not your Islam as a favor upon me. Nay, Allah has conferred a favor upon you that He has guided you to the faith, if ye be true and sincere." So whoever claims something that is not in its place, his matter is rejected to him. Produce your proof if ye are truthful. For Allah has called upon man to know and discern from Allah's creation. And Allah knows best that this is the issue that will haunt the thoughts of man as long as he exists. Allah said, "Say, travel through the earth and see how Allah did originate creation. So will Allah produce a later creation, for Allah has power over all things."